Zoom is going to have to pay $85 million for lying about their security and encryption. This is something that we heard about a couple of years ago. Like, during the pandemic, when Zoom was taking over Skype, suddenly this all came out. Although, I think it came out sooner than that. But, like, this was a big deal. And everyone was like, oh, we can't trust Zoom anymore. We can't blah, blah, blah. And then Zoom still remained the standard. And I never really understood that, but I never really looked into it. I was like, okay, maybe it wasn't as serious or whatever. But no, they were lying about supporting end-to-end encryption for your video calls, and they were sending some of their data to Google and Facebook. Like, just flat out lied. They tried to make up their own definition of what end-to-end encryption actually meant. And it's just like a whole huge mess. And they're having to pay for it. And yet, everyone's still just relying on Zoom. And I understand that there wasn't really a tool that kind of launched to replace it. I think a lot of my like business meetings and things like that, I'm noticing some are starting to move to Microsoft Teams, especially as Microsoft Teams gets more integrated into Windows here. But it was just really weird to see all this stuff bubble up about how insecure Zoom was and how they lied about it and blah, blah, blah. And then it all went quiet and everyone's stuck with Zoom. And I was like, so do we trust it or not, everyone? And then, bam. We finally have... There you go. And, of course, all the Zoom bombings where you could, like, jump into other people's Zoom calls and things like that. It's just... I don't know. It's a mess, but I guess until a tool fully replaces that... Because the issue is like, for your average person like me and you, if we're a hashtag gamer or on the software, we can just use Discord. Or we can use Microsoft Teams. It's been being built into Windows, and that's becoming more of a less business exclusive thing. But for education and things like that, the convenience and the workflow for Zoom calls, unless your school is using a proprietary, well, not proprietary, but more of like a locked down, custom built solution, Zoom is kind of it in some regards. And so it's unfortunate, but I'm shocked that I don't think we have many instances in this kind of tech space where this big of a deal was made about something that's a serious issue, and then everyone just kind of rolled their eyes and moved along. And like, there have been things, but this is one of those things where entire platforms die over. And Zoom seemingly didn't take a hit until now. Obviously, $85 million, there's going to be some stuff to pay, and they're having to work on their own actual end-to-end encryption and blah, blah, blah. But, Jesus, they got away with a lot more than they should have.